Welcome back, folks, to Warmachine Gaming. And we're at the top of round 4 of our second game of Risky Europe. If you haven't seen the first game, be sure to check that out. It's a good game. It gets intense, too, actually. But either way, we're going to get right on into it with round 4. Alrighty, folks. Round 4 is over. And, not a lot of combat. Again, there was like maybe one battle and it was the tiniest thing ever. And that was, well, maybe 2, I guess, technically, but 1 only counted in casualties. But anyways, not much happened other than expanding for most of these factions. So, starting over with Green, they expanded into Rusland and then moved up towards Novgorod. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm probably butchering it. But that they're moving some soldiers up there. Purple is also moving soldiers over there. He took his siege weapon over, and he got some reinforcements from Stockholm and started moving troops that way in order to take that and hold that away from Green. And then, let's see, what else happened? Green kind of fortified some soldiers over in Warsaw. Orange started to move downward to Algeria to cut off that route from Green. That way he cannot just take it. So yeah, he's moving quite a bit of troops down there so that he can take Algeria and possibly even take Madrid to gain in some power. But we'll see if that happens. And then Blue mainly put some troops in France, mostly just kind of taxing, so he can put some extra cavalry and a footman in there. He also taxed London, and thus he got 2 extra archers. So that kind of gave him quite a bit of money. So he should be able to spend on a lot of soldiers soon and be able to strike back at some people. But the 2 battles I was talking about is one here, which was, it's the Siege Assault card. Hold on, let me get it. So it looks like this, Siege Assault. And what that does, for those of you who are not familiar with it, it mainly just, if you have a siege weapon, like this one, and you have any, like, enemies in adjacent territory, you just get a free shot, basically, with your siege weapon. Free, 2 dice roll, and if you get hits, that's great. If you don't, that's fine, too. It's whatever, that's the whole extent of the battle. So 2 of those happened this round. Purple tried to take Blue, didn't work. Green shot at Purple in the Highlands, and he actually hit him. So that was kind of how that went. But yes, that was the end of round 4, beginning of round 5. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Alrighty, folks, round 5 is over. And once again, more expanding, and one singular battle. That's it. I mean, war has been pretty slow, and the one battle was the Siege Assault thing, that card, and it was against the Greens over there. But anyways, we're going to start with the Greens, actually. Green did reinforce some troops, actually. Didn't really expand anywhere, just kind of reinforced. So he got a siege weapon over here with his 4 footmen, because that's a perk from Constantinople. And then he also got 2 archers and a footman up there, but he lost one in that little tuffle with Purple. So he looks to try and take that eventually, but we'll see how long it takes his siege weapon to get up there to combat that. But maybe he won't need it. I don't know. But either way, then Orange expanded into Algeria, thus claiming that area and getting a 3rd crown. Well, yeah, 3rd crown to his name. Well, technically 4, because Rome is worth 2. And Blue expanded all the way down into Madrid, and so he claimed that. And so thus, every city on the map is currently claimed by a faction. And they're all fairly even. I mean, like, Purple's one behind the main pack of like Orange and Blue, and then Green is one ahead. So, I mean, it's interesting, though, that it's just like it's pretty much anybody's game at this point, you know? I mean, like, there's just, like, a lot of buildup of soldiers in certain areas, and it's just kind of, like, it's anybody's game, basically, and that's what makes it, it's going to make it interesting, actually, and so we're going to continue on to round 6 here in a bit. Alrighty, folks, we've got a battle on our hands. It is the end of round 6. Yes, round 6 is what we're on. It is the end of round 6, and this is the battle. Green is invading against purple. So, first, purple is going to use his siege weapon. 2 dice. 3 or more. Oops. Oh, gosh. Alright. Oh, he gets 2 hits. Very nice, very nice. And so, he takes his 2 footmen out. Green takes his 2 footmen. And so then green also has 2 archers. 5 or more. He gets a hit. Thus he takes that guy out. Alright, now we go into normal. So then 2 against 1, I believe, is the normal. So attackers roll a 6. Defenders roll a 2. And thus, purple loses his siege weapon. And now green takes Novgorod. And well, that concludes round 6. Wow, what a... This has been a crazy round, honestly. Not in terms of battles, just in terms of tension building, honestly, and just army building. There's just been serious army building from several factions. Everybody except purple, basically. But either way, we're going to start with green. So green took that area up there, as you saw, and got a new crown. And so he's 1 away from victory. So everyone better be careful, and purple better fight his heart out to regain that area. But either way, he also moved up his siege weapon and got some extra soldiers to accompany it. So that's certainly something. So then we've also got, that's all that green did. So now moving on to orange. Orange kind of, orange and blue have been fortifying against each other. Let's see, with blue building so many soldiers up there, and he got a siege weapon, and I think he got a new cavalry and some more foot soldiers in France, and he put a castle in there as well. And orange, seeing that, boosted his, he took several foot soldiers from Rome up to, I think, I can't even read that because it's covered, but up to that front area, and he also put a siege weapon in there, and he put a cavalry down here in order to kind of flank blue as well. I mean, blue and orange are cooking up some serious conflict, honestly. There's serious tension between the two, and rightfully so, because they were the ones struggling last time for victory, and blue ended up winning that one. So orange wants some revenge, possibly, but we'll see. But either way, they both have a serious amount of concentrated troops. But I mean, in reality, they shouldn't be worrying about each other. They should be worrying about green, because he's that close to victory. He's 1 thing away. So orange might redirect his forces towards green to take Hungary, or possibly even fight that big army in Poland. But we shall see what happens. But purple's kind of been struggling up there. He's kind of short for cash. He was, at least. And by the way, guys, if you're confused at what each faction is doing, I don't know if I told this, I don't think I told this to you guys in the last video. But if you guys have watched the first set of Risk, I explain what I do. But anyways, because Risk Europe is played with cards, so what I do is I just basically place 2 random cards down, just face down so I don't see them, and then that way I can I flip them up, and then I do the action that best suits the faction on that. So that's why sometimes it's a little weird on like why they would do some things. It's just so that they have there's a little more mystery in it and less of me controlling those factions. And it's more kind of like, okay, well, they want to do this, but like, how do I fit that into their scheme? So basically, their success is almost kind of just purely random, honestly. So don't be blaming me for their decisions, because honestly, it's not exactly my fault. But either way, anyways, going on with Purple. Purple is kind of struggling up there in Stockholm. He's trying to just scrape as many troops together as he can, but he cannot get enough troops together. For whatever reason, he's just having a really rough time getting soldiers together to fight. But Green is kind of a daunting type of foe, considering how many soldiers he has, and how many soldiers are on their way to the front. So if Purple can claim Novgorod as soon as possible and kind of fortify it, the better off they'll be. But they only have basically like one turn to do that, I would say, before the siege weapon gets there. So if they can kind of fortify, possibly, and maybe get some troops into there, or even build up troops in Berlin and go and try and take Warsaw, that would be good too. Or possibly even Hungary. I don't know how to pronounce that. It's always, I know it's stupid, but anyways, there's not a lot of options left for fighting Green. Orange could invade Athens, which would help them a lot, but it's super close to Constantinople, and thus that would have a lot of Greens heading straight to that area, and that could end up just being a huge push back into Algeria, which would be for the win. So honestly, in reality, Orange and Purple really need to work together against Green in order for him to fight two fronts, because I don't think he's powerful enough to do that. But I mean, I could be wrong. But anyways, guys, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Be looking out for episode 3 of Risk Europe. It should be coming out soon. And I hope you guys are all enjoying it. I know I am. I'm curious to see who the victor is, honestly, of this one. But anyways, guys, I hope you have a great day, and I will see you next time. Peace.